How's it
Hey,
going?
I'm doing well. Yeah, happy Friday. How was that closing?
I think we got it worked out. We're good.
Fingers
And
crossed. Yeah.
interesting enough, this client, they purchased a $475,000 house, which obviously in Oklahoma is big, big house,
Yeah,
nice house,
nice.
off of Facebook ads you guys did for us.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Yes, yeah,
Well, let's dive into that a little bit more, Brian.
sweet.
Oh, Priscilla's here too. Should we get her on the call?
Yeah, please,
Oh,
please.
sweet. Yeah, might as well. That'd be cool.
Hello,
Hey, happy Friday. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing well. I just wanted to chat with you guys about your experience working with us and some of your results so far. And by the way, Priscilla, it's been awesome to see you on those collab calls. I know you're making calls for Brian, but taking that an extra step, that extra initiative to meet me every week and work on his ads together. I mean, that's amazing. So, hats off to you, Priscilla. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Brian, wanted to also ask you, just tell me a little bit about your background as an agent and also, working with us, but we can start with your background first.
Absolutely. So, I've spent over 25 plus years in sales. Got into the real estate industry approximately 3 years ago. Currently, I'm a co-owner of our brokerage here in Oklahoma City, and I'm kind of our brokerage is set up to either be a team building aspect or a kind of lone ranger, sole source provider and producer. And so I've tried the team building route. It I see the numbers game almost like generating leads, and I just felt like my time was more spent with what I was good at, and that is producing. And as I continued to grow and be the top producer in our brokerage, it got to a point, and you hear it all the time. And I even my mentor and my the co-founder of our business, he goes, "Look, there's just so much time in a day that you can do what you can do, and you're capped. You just can't do more." And I've had many opportunities, and it's even escalated more. I think as businesses slow down for some, not us, not Priscilla and I. Thank goodness for Priscilla, but the realtor.com leads, the Zillow leads, the hey, would you like to join us for 25% referral? I've got people in your market wanting to look. And um, I think I mentioned early on when I spoke to Raul for the first time, I talked to realtor.com about their lead source. And their big thing is, hey, throw us some zip codes. Well, based on those zip codes, you can potentially make another $138,000 in revenue, in commissions. It's like, okay, I like that number. Okay, how much do I need to spend? And of course, they give you the monthly spend, which is 30. It was like 3,200 a month. And so you look at that, and it calculates to a yearly spend of 38 grand. And it's like, okay, I can make 100 grand after spending 38 grand. I like that number. But what if it's like every other lead generation source that, you're lucky to get 1 to 2% return? And
Mhm.
what if I find that these leads are bogus and they're not really legitimate leads? Can I cancel? Well, no, you don't have you have to sign a yearly contract. Well, I completely went I'm out. So I continued to try to figure out how I could I needed an assistant. I needed someone to help me with everything I had going, to where I wasn't spending 12 to 16 hours a day working and trying to catch up with everything. And I have to be transparent. I don't remember how I connected with you guys, but immediately the things that impressed me and what have materialized and what I've seen forthand is you've given me what I need. You've given me structure. You've given me the ability to build a social media venue that produces my own leads. And most importantly, you've trained Priscilla and you provided Priscilla with the foundation. And a lot of that has to do with Priscilla's talents as well. But I didn't have to spend time teaching Priscilla on what to do, how to do, when to do. and she's quickly developed into and provided me the ability to have 2 or 3 of me. And again, she's really good about keeping me on task and on organized, because from you guys providing us a platform with Facebook leads, we got to the point, and I think she mentioned yesterday, we had so many that we turned it off for a while because we were missing a lot that we already had. And so it's like, okay, let's slow down a little bit. We have so many. Let's exhaust every call 5, 6, 7, even 10 times through um, nurturing, through calling, through texting, and slowly get rid of the dead stuff, and then work on the good stuff. And again, I think we just ramped them back up, and it's just, again, it's been everything I've needed to triple my revenue and
Wow.
opportunities.
That's
And
amazing.
again, it's a beautiful thing, because I have people internally in our office asking how I do it. And a lot of it is I have a great assistant. And again, I owe Evolved Agents into investing in her to help her and learn the real estate game, because even us agents, that 60 hours of online training and then the test does not prepare you for the real world at all in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot to it for sure. And then that's where we come in. But yeah, that's
Yes.
amazing, Brian. Thanks for sharing that. And this, and to back it up a little bit, that's something, I always say as well, when you're paying a lead service, lead company like Zillow or realtor.com, you're paying a middleman, right? Which means they're in control of you getting leads. They can send those leads to multiple agents, increase their prices, and you're just not really in control of your own system for getting clients, right?
Right.
That's kind of why we brought this program, and why we love doing what we do. So overall, I mean, what kind of results have we gotten from this? Priscilla mentioned on the collab call, you're closing an extra 3 to 4 deals a week from
Yes.
Facebook and calling FISBOs and expired leads and all this.
Yes. Yes. So from Priscilla's efforts to setting up the Facebook leads that you guys have provided, and I just recently am working with a Hispanic realtor that is seeing what I've done. In fact, I've sold her house. I've bought another house for her, and I told her many, many times, you ought to get into this. You would be really, really good. And we've worked out, Priscilla and I have worked out a referral program for her, because she's out there lost like the rest of most realtors are. And again, every realtor brokerage is going to tell you how great their training is. They're going to tell you how much help they are going to provide. But at the end of the day, they're out there hunting and killing as well. And they don't have time to really invest like Evolved Agents is with the collab calls, and to kind of be therapy. I mean, really, that's what all of us in the real estate game need once in a while, is therapy from, the crazies that we deal with. And what what Evolved Agents has done is provided us a consistent stream of past, current, and future listing and selling opportunities that are providing us 2 to 3 closings a week on.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
and again, our last two, I told him, Priscilla, Nina and Divine, our closing that we just went to, that was solely off of a Facebook lead that Evolved Agents built for us, and Priscilla stayed in touch with him. Our one earlier this week sold their house, found them a new house, was again a Evolved Agents Facebook platform lead that we received from them. Um, I mean, I can go back as far, and Priscilla knows this, but I had a client that I sent in. They were scaling down, older couple. They had 100 acres about an hour and a half away from Oklahoma City. And I called to follow up, and they said, well, our plans have changed to scale down. We were just looking because we can't sell our house. And I said, well, what's wrong with your house? And they go, well, our agent showed up to put a sign in the yard, and 6 months later showed up to take the sign out of the yard and said, "Your leasing agreement is over, or your listing agreement is over with." And it was, and I tell this story often, it was very unique. Again, 100 acres, beautiful landscape and pictures. And I'm like, I was more intrigued and interested in what's wrong with the picture, because 500 grand, and that's what it sold for, 500 grand at 100 acres. What am I missing? And so went and visited them, and think I think in 14 days we were under contract and sold their house for cash for 500 grand. And again, that right there was from an Evolved Agents Facebook lead, and you guys developing those. And again, as I talk about this Hispanic realtor that I sold houses for, we're working with her to help her build her business. And she says, "Well, my husband is going to try to build my Facebook ads and Facebook page." And I jokingly, and I shared it with Priscilla, and CC'd her, and I go, "Okay, when you want the pros to help you, call us."
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to you guys. Hats off to the program you've put. I think it's something that a ton of realtors need, instead of all these other chases that they're doing that don't provide the results. And more importantly, the back end support to help them grow with the collab calls, and again, the training that you guys have provided, Priscilla.
Absolutely. Well, hey, it helps when we're working with a great team.
And I would say that, one thing and again, I have the trust in Priscilla, but I think that a lot of agents need to make sure that they realize the talent, the skill set, and what you guys have put into training the ISAs, to where they're so diversified after your training, and they can do a lot more than just sit on the phone for 8 hours a day and get beat up. And I mean, and you guys see it by what the collab calls, when Priscilla's calling you and asking you, how can we tweak our ads, and things like that. It's just, giving them the ability to broaden their horizons as well. I keep on
Totally.
telling Priscilla, when she's moving to the US, hopefully she'll come to Oklahoma and be a realtor, but hopefully she loves Mexico and she'll stay there and be my awesome assistant as well.
Absolutely. And wanted a little bit of your feedback too, Priscilla. It's awesome to have you here. Tell me a little bit about your experience first going through training with us and how it's been working with Brian.
Well, at first when I entered Evolved Agents, and went through training, I was kind of nervous. And having to go through training and learning things about real estate, learning things about how to call people, how to sound on the phone, how to give report, um, was really challenging to me. And I kind of felt like I wasn't gonna be able to do it. But in training, Miguel was really nice, and he gave us a lot of advice, and he helped us just kind of stay on top on what we needed to fix, how we needed to speak with people, and give us a broader horizon on kind of the real estate world and
Mhm.
what the agents are going to need from us, and to just get all of the information that we're going to need from the leads. So I was nervous. I met Brian. Brian's a great agent, a great person, and he has also helped me a lot with my growth as an ISA. He just kept encouraging me as well. He said, "Hey, you know what? If they're rude, if they're not being a good sport, just don't focus on that. Keep calling, keep trying, keep reaching out. We're gonna make mistakes. They might be in a bad mood, but you just keep calling." So I went from calling and helping him with other stuff. And as Brian said, and what I said as well yesterday is to the agents, hey, just make them feel part of the team. Make them feel part of the team, encourage them into making mistakes as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're always trying to get them to do stuff perfectly, they're gonna always feel kind of nervous and tense and probably not gonna do a good job. And if you're helping them feel part of the team and encouraging them to just keep making calls and telling them what exactly you need. They're gonna do that.
That's awesome, Priscilla. And kudos to you for kind of, facing your fears and training and pushing forward, even though it's, tough. Anything new is scary, right? But, I'm reading a good book, right? I just finished it. It's called The Obstacle is the Way, right? And you can kind of, you already know what it's about, but really it's facing your fears and getting over these challenges life presents you with is actually the
Yes.
best thing you could possibly do for yourself and your growth.
I
Sam,
remember, sorry. I remember when I started with the calling, I was nervous, and then Brian asked me, "Hey, can you try to call these FISBOs?" And I in myself I said, I don't know if I can do that. And Brian said, check these scripts, study them, we can go over them. And as well, he told me, I'll go through it with you and we can do it. And I would tell him, hey, this person said this, when they tell me this, what the obstacles, what can I do? And so he started helping me as well. So that's what I mean with make them feel part of the team and just tell them how to do it, and they'll be able to do it. It's a lot easier than it seems. And I remember the first call that I made as a FISBO, it was an appointment.
Oh,
And yes, it was an appointment. So it's a lot easier than you can think and or imagine. And just don't get discouraged and just keep trying.
so on the same topic, Priscilla, and you've said this before, you're saying on knowing that you may get rejected. What did you tell me one time? What do you say in Mexico? Tell Sam he'll enjoy that.
You already have the no.
You already have the no, so just
You
call.
already yeah.
That's
You
pretty cool,
already have the
Sam.
no.
You already have the no, just call. So know that you're going to get a no when you call. So you're
oh,
not
fair. Thank you.
blasted and going, oh man, I love that. That's so cool.
Right. That is cool. Yeah. So it's kind of like the analogy, like expect the worst, hope for the best kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's, the outcome is what it is. We'll just try our best and let the rest be.
Yep.
That's cool. I
You
like
already
that.
have a no.
That's real cool. I love it. Well, yeah, final couple final thoughts here. Brian, if you're closing an additional 2 to 4 deals a week from this, what does that equal in extra commissions per month average or estimate?
Gosh, I would say that you're anywhere from, depending on the price points. And I mean, again, we've been able to pull off $500,000 properties, which in Oklahoma is really a nice big house. So I would say easily we're, in the 30 to $50,000 range on a monthly basis of commissions based on that.
Amazing. And that's just additional from what we're getting from this,
Yes.
right? That's
Yes. And
amazing.
again, there's no way I possibly could pull off 2 to 3 closings a week and still keep that pipeline going and bridging that gap without Priscilla. I would be at my max physical and mental ability to chase everything that I have to chase. And one of the great things, we have a CRM package, but again, giving Priscilla the autonomy to, hey, and many times we talk, we started every day, right, Priscilla? Then we went every other day, and now we focus into once a week, and kind of giving the stage to Priscilla. What do you see? What are we missing? What do you think we need to do? Instead of me having to control it all or try to control it all, because she's more of the forefront than I am. And to see those struggles and figure out different ways for us to handle objections, challenges. And she's really good with we've gotten so many leads from evolved agents. She's able to send me on a Monday or even a Thursday, hey, don't forget these guys, don't forget, because it's just blinding in a CRM package. It's almost like Zillow. You can look at homes to a nauseum and get so confused and so just dizzy. It's like, where was I? And so I think that's one of the beauties of the teamwork with Priscilla and I is her having that autonomy to go, okay, here's some calls. Don't forget these people. Have you reached out to these? And she's even reaching out to lenders and sending lenders these opportunities of us needing to get pre-approvals and so forth like that. So it's just kind of a bam bam beautiful thing that's going on and working out tremendously. And again, I hear over and over every week, and I talk to other agents. So, how'd you get this lead? Oh, I got it from Zillow. How are Zillow leads? Oh, they're worthless. Hey, how are your realtor.com leads? Oh, they're worthless. And a lot of people go, how do you do it? And I said, it's really simple. I have a wonderful assistant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, it's a beautiful thing. And again, I can't say enough about all the back end stuff that Evolved Agents provides us. And I'm gracious that, and I told Priscilla yesterday of you kind of giving us a VIP permission to help you guys. And again, we want to be here because it works. We want to be here to spread any way we can to other opportunities, because in the real estate game, and you've seen it, Sam, there's so much misinformation and there's so much uneducation that a new realtor gets in and they go, well, where do I start? What do I do?
Yeah, for sure. I hear you on
And
that.
I had a meeting with a lender today, and the days of someone calling you and saying, hey, I'm looking for a $400,000 house, I'm pre-approved for $400,000, isn't the game
Right.
anymore. So it's having the tools that you guys have provided us that are making us successful. Hats off to Evolved Agents. Hats off to Priscilla for allowing me the success.
That's cool, Brian. Well, really appreciate you sharing that, guys. And just closing thoughts. And, I think this goes without saying, but Brian, what would your advice be to any agent who's, on the fence about joining Evolved Agents?
The cost versus the reward and the fast track to get you ultimately where you want to be, which would be successful, you are crazy not to take this opportunity if you found Evolved Agents. And if you found Evolved Agents, you found the right people to help you and to guide you into being very successful very quick.
That's awesome. Thank you, Brian. And also wanted to ask you as well, Priscilla, for any ISA who's on the fence about joining Evolved Agents and working with a real estate agent, what would your advice to them be, Priscilla?
Well, my advice would be to just take a shot at it. And I took the shot. I said I had to owe money to get this job. And now I am a person that can lend money to my family members because I made a sacrifice to get it. So take a shot at it. Give Evolved Agents, give the agents an opportunity. Um, Work hard, study. With training, you're gonna have to study, but I'll tell you that it's only gonna be a few weeks until you learn um, the real estate game and that you're gonna start making cash. So take a shot at it.
Cool.
I didn't. I remember the person that showed me this job was a friend, and he said, hey, look at this. And I thought it was bogus, to be honest, because you don't really see those kinds of ads here in Mexico. So I thought it was kind of bogus. I said I don't think they're really hiring um here in Mexico. So what I did was, okay, I already have the no, so I'm gonna go take a shot at it. And I met Carlos on the interview. He started asking me questions, and I said, wow, I have the job. You just need to have the desire, what's it called? The wish
Ambition,
to
determination.
grow, the
Yeah.
ambition to grow, to learn, to be part of a team and grow as a person. So just take a shot at it. You have nothing to lose. You already have the no.
I love that, Priscilla. Thank you so much for sharing. And hey, really looking forward to continue working with you guys and scaling this to the moon. So let's keep it rolling.
Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate you and Raul, Dada, everybody there. It's awesome.
Hey, it's our pleasure. Yeah, we'll see you guys very soon.
Okay.
Cheers.
Talk
Thank
to you soon.
you.
Thank you again.
Yep. Bye for now.
Bye bye.